Have you ever stopped doing a sin and then just feel the rabbit hole staring at you? Then let me tell you, you're not alone in this. This video is specially made for you if you're trying to protect your faith, but you just keep going back in circles with that one sin you had left. Now click full screen and sit down while I help you break the cycle. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to a space where we work on our hearts, one reminder at a time. I'll be very honest with you guys. I've never been the perfect Muslim at any point in my life. I'm still growing, I'm still learning, and still struggling. And I'll be really glad if you join me on this journey of mine. Okay, so first things first, even being born as a Muslim, alhamdulillah, I never loved Islam like I do now. I never cherished my faith or my connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because for me, since childhood, Islam was an obligation. Praying felt like a chore, and Islam was just there in my life, and I never really felt connected to it until recently. I went through a really dark phase in my life, and it was the time when I just let myself drown into distractions and ignorance, and I lost myself in that. Many of you must be struggling with that as well, and not knowing where to start, and feeling like, nah, I've done too many sins, like, there's no going back, I'm used to this life, and I can't change this, come on. Trust me, you can. I did, and you can as well. So, let's get started. First of all, mindset shift. All improvements start from inside. If you don't have the mindset to change, honey, you're not going anywhere in life. First of all, know this that you cannot go back to praying full time and, leaving sins altogether. Because as fast as you're going to do that, the faster you're going to fall back into it. Yeah, that is the truth. You have to feed this in your brain. Because I have done that and I fell back again and again and again. And when I fell back, it was even harder to get back on track. Think. Tell yourself that you have the ability to change. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. You have the ability to change. Changing is hard, but not impossible. And let me make this clear. I'm literally not doing any motivational speeches here. I just want you to internalize this feeling of wanting to change, of being able to change. Listen to me. Your final destination is Jannah. This world is a path to it. Internalize this. Let me give you an example. Suppose you have a job interview in 1 hour, okay? You have just 1 hour. You're supposed to leave the house because you will reach in 45 minutes. And you have a roommate, and that roommate is asking you to play some video games with you. That roommate is a really good friend, okay? But here they're telling you to play with. Of course, you're going to want to reach the job interview at least 10 minutes early to leave a good impression. Why wouldn't you want that? But see, if you're put in that situation, will you actually, start playing video games with your friend? Will you be like, oh yeah, it's just 30 minutes video games, blah, blah, blah. No, you're not going to do that. You're not that stupid to do that to yourself, right? So look at this in a bigger picture. You are building your akhirah. You're going to reach Jannah. So why are you letting these worldly distractions stop you? Because, honey, what are we waiting for? You need to start building your akhirah. There is no other way. This world, this is not it. This is not it. Now, I'll tell you the things I cut out of my life and how you can as well. First of all, I was a music addict, okay? Music was my whole life, like literally whole life. I had an extremely, kind of concerningly diverse music taste. Like K-pop, Bollywood, American music, Arabic music, Russian, Spanish, even funk, you name it. Yeah, I literally shared music taste with almost everyone around me. So what did I do first? I wanted to change, so I commit to it, right? If you want to change, you will commit to it. And if you're not willing to do that, I do not have a solution for that. First of all, I deleted my music app. I had Spotify and another app which I had like downloaded music on. What you have to do is delete your music app, but do not think about it. Do not think twice before deleting it. If you're like, wait, I'm going on a trip. Wait, I'll be going for a 1 hour drive and I need to listen to something and blah, blah, blah. You will start thinking, and you'll fall back into that. Because that is your nafs. That is shaitan stopping you from doing something good for your own self. We are not sabotaging ourselves, okay? We're not doing that here. So, without a second thought, delete that app. Just delete it. Commit to it. The next thing I did was my Instagram. No, I'm not telling you to delete Instagram. You have to start with your Instagram stories and your Instagram notes. Yeah, Instagram notes. Start muting those people's notes who constantly put music in them. Oh. And you'll click into it, you listen to it, and you'll be like, oh, this is nice. Yeah, kind of lit. And then you'll search it, and then you'll be like, oh, the lyrics and blah, blah, blah. And then you'll fall back into it. So cut the music out from the notes. Start muting. Yeah, you'll have to put some time in it. A few minutes from your life. You doom scroll so much, why can't you do that, huh? After you have muted the notes, look at the stories of people. You have to start muting their stories as well, because when you see the stories, it's not just that. You're internalizing the thought. Your subconscious mind is thinking, oh, so this is the norm, this is the trend. Oh, this is the new trendy catchy song. Oh, I wanna know what the lyrics are. Oh my god, this is so nice. That's what your brain will think. You will get addicted to it again. And we do not want that, do we? So, and you'll be like, oh no, what if they're my really close friends? I want to see their stories. See, you have to do it. For a while, you have to. But then you can unmute it later. How do you do that? I'll tell you, okay, step by step. Once you mute these like stories and everything, you will start hearing less music every day. Your life will become quiet, peaceful. Your heart won't be so restless all the time. You will start feeling the peace and you will start internalizing it. Once you start internalizing the peace and you're like habitual of not hearing the music, when you unmute the stories, you will look at the stories and turn the volume down automatically. Because your mind, your body will now crave that peace. You will crave that quietness, okay? So that's the entire point. And once you're actually habitual of not listening to too much music, when you're doom scrolling, when you're scrolling the reels, you will automatically turn the volume down because you will feel like this is irritating. This is just irritating. Because that's how I feel now. After so long, after struggling for so long. Now I feel that way. The next thing I did was unfollow influencers and celebs. Now, how did I identify that this is, affecting my deen, affecting my faith? It's because when I was watching these people, I was not just watching them, I was consuming what they're selling. I was consuming it, my brain was consuming it, I was internalizing it. And once you internalize such things, you will want to be relevant. You will want to, follow the trends. You will want to know the latest thing. Of course, why not? Because peer pressure, society, friends. So what you have to do is set a standard for yourself, okay? Don't be arrogant, okay? Don't be arrogant. Honestly, be humble, but set boundaries. Set a standard for yourself. Do not follow everyone. Do not follow everyone you think is funny. Do not follow everyone you think is pretty. No, do not do that. Because consumption will only fog your brain. Once your brain is fogged, you cannot think straight. You cannot actually do productive things. You cannot focus on your salah. You just can't do anything. It just does something to your brain, this overconsumption. So unfollow the celebrities, unfollow the influencers. Do not think too much. Literally do not think too much. If you start thinking about it like each and every unfollow, you will not be able to do that. In the end, you will just stay stuck in that cycle. You will be like, oh, I can't do this anymore. So you'll just fall back into what you're trying to get out of. And then I started looking around myself. After the internal work, it's the external work, okay? So look at your friendships. Do they bring you closer to Allah? Do your friends ever remind you of praying? Because we nowadays, in our generation, it's so normal to just be friends with the cool people. With the cool people. Khalas, that's it. That's the standard of friendship nowadays. And when I started looking around myself, I realized that most of my friendships are just sharing same gossips, have like backbiting about the same people, and then it's just knowing the same memes and having the same type of humor. I started distancing myself from people. Okay, don't be selfish. You're not supposed to use everyone in life, but if they're not helping you grow as a good person, cut them out, cut them out. I started cutting them out as well. I started unfollowing people, and you do not owe an explanation to anyone. Listen to this. You do not owe a single explanation to anyone. If you think that your growth as a human being, as a good person, is being halted because of someone, of just some little thing being there in your life, and you cutting it off should not be a problem, should not be concerning, because that's what you're supposed to do. That's how you're supposed to grow. Like, I have really good friends, alhamdulillah, and I love them. I dearly love them, and I really want to be with them in this world and in the akhirah. Okay, but some of the friendships were actually not, yeah, they were actually just not it. They were not taking off any of the good boxes, any of the positive boxes. So I started distancing myself, just distancing myself. I was not rude. I was not harsh. I did not go and curse them or something. I just distanced myself quietly, and we just outgrew each other. That's it. On different paths. Khalas, that's it. Simple as that. You don't have to get very confused about it and stressed about it that, oh my God, how am I going to end a friendship? You're not supposed to end it in a brutal way. It's not a breakup, okay? Calm down, chill. And then start choosing the people you sit with. When actually have this power, have this willpower of when you see people are gossiping, just stand up and leave. And then the people will actually know not to gossip around you. You will have a standard, you will have an aura actually, that you are someone who does not tolerate such low frequency, low vibration behavior. Why would you not want that for yourself? And I don't know if every one of you has experienced this, but I have some relatives that are very judgmental when it comes to being a Muslim. They're like, oh, you're not doing sujood right. They're nitpicking each and every single thing. Me, who was already struggling with my deen, and I was already so far away from Islam, that took a toll on me. That actually affected me a lot. So I stopped talking to those people. Just salam, that's it. That's the only relation I have with them now. I just say salam and that's it. I don't talk to these people. I don't share energies with those people because I don't want to and I don't have to, because they are affecting my faith, my deen, and I cannot sacrifice that just for the sake of people. No. And you see, once you stop consuming things, when you stop consuming so much, when you start making choices, when you start choosing your friends, you have control of your life. And when you have control of your life, for the first time in your life, you actually start thinking. You actually start thinking about yourself. And when you start thinking about yourself, you make good choices, you make sane choices. You actually worked really hard to get here. You committed to these things. You committed to growing, to improving yourself, to becoming better in life and spiritually. So appreciate yourself. Don't lose yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. You can do this. So these were the things that I cut out of my life. And tell me in the comments what things are bothering you, with what things you think are actually being a distraction in your path to Jannah. And which of these habits do you think affect the faith most? Also, I touched the topic of peer pressure and the struggles with this generation. And I'll make a separate video on how to deal with peer pressure, how to deal with FOMO, because I hate that feeling. I never want to feel that again. So I'll be making a separate video on that where we will deep dive into how to get out of that. In the end, remember, faith isn't built on these big moments. It's protected in quiet choices that we make every single day. Sometimes protecting your faith isn't about doing more. It's about letting things go. Letting things go that slowly distance your heart from Allah. If one of these reminders resonated with you, take it as a sign. Start small, change one habit, protect one part of your heart. Because the journey back to Allah doesn't happen in these big giant steps. It happens in quiet and sincere ones. This is Safia reminding you to take care of your heart. I'll see you in the next reminder. Assalamu alaikum.